Marianah Lourens met Kuns en Vermaak. Yes, Marianah Lourens with art and entertainment. And I'm once again here in the green room in the little theatre at the Athenaeum. And I have got such exciting guests with me because they are from Pop-Up Theatre. They've just explained to me how it was terrible during lockdown, and we can all relate. So I want to say welcome to Melissa Palmer and Natasha. Is it Carmody? Am I saying that right?
Carmody.
Carmody.
Which is hard because people want to say comedy.
Of course. I'm sure you get the joke.
I do.
Comedy. Yeah, Natasha, comedy. Well, Carmody is very far from comedy. No. But so it's comedy. Comedy is the right, because it's a clear C-A-R.
Yeah,
like
absolutely. Car.
Yeah. I mean, really, you don't say car. So how can they think comedy?
Comedy, I don't know.
But yes, it's so nice to have you here because your Starstruck Theatre restaurant pop-up adventures. Ooh, it just sounds so exciting. Who's going to start?
I think I'll start. We from the B&E Conference Centre, and we thought, post-COVID, we really missed all the experiences and things that happened during COVID. We went from hero to zero, and it's time for us to get experiences and new things in PE, especially Port Elizabeth, or Abaga as we now call it. We don't get a lot of that. I was in Cape Town, and you get that on every boat and every restaurant, and we just don't see it here. So I came back from Cape Town, and I chatted to Natasha over here, and I was like, what about this idea? And then we reached out to Starstruck Productions, which is Rose Kaupa, and she's got wonderful performers with her, and she was just totally on board. And thankfully, actually, she used to do the same thing when she was in Australia, so she's got experience in it as well. Then obviously we reached out to our preferred caterer, Grace from Fat Cats, and we put the whole show together, and it was absolutely wonderful, which is because it was such a success, we more than likely will be doing more on a regular basis. So yeah, it's just to bring experiences and something different to PE, something fun.
And it's not a restaurant during the day or something like that. It's actually, it's more like a conference centre.
Absolutely, yeah. So
Natasha?
during the day... Tash. So during the day we are B&E Conference Centre, and we've got a venue which we've just recently taken over, the old Elizabeth Place, and it's now B&E Premium, and it's between 14 and 20 Pickering Street in Newton Park. During the day we were a conference centre, and at night Mel and I were like, well, it's got so much potential to do many other things, so why not make it a pop-up restaurant? It's an awesome place to come through. Ample parking at night. There's closed gates, so it's safe, it's secure, and we've got a bar service. We've got an awesome staff.
It's a lovely venue.
Yeah. Yes.
Because we've had lots of events there when Peter Rademacher.
Absolutely, yes.
You obviously took over.
Yes, so he's our landlord.
Yes, and I mean, he's absconded for the Cape, did he?
Yeah, his son, so our landlord is Peter.
Peter. Okay, so but his son.
Yes, his son left, and his daughter ran it for quite some time as well, Ilse. And obviously that COVID happened, and they decided to go in different avenues, and so they closed the branch. But thankfully, we've been lucky enough to be able to have the opportunity to take it over and revive it. And we want to revive it with different...
Of course, but the whole thing is it's nicely set already for this kind of thing.
It's beautiful.
Of course, there were lots of either performances or conferences.
It's such a versatile
many
venue.
Conferences I've attended there. So it's a fabulous venue.
Absolutely.
Very nice, and it's safe parking.
Thank you. Yes.
Because you drive in there. Yes.
Drive in there.
And everybody knows where it is. Where Elizabeth
It's
Place,
so central.
the old Elizabeth Place was. Is there a name on the outside?
Yeah, so we are actually in the process of getting new signage, and it'll be B&E Premium. We are on Google Maps, but it's 1420 Pickering Street, right opposite Ampas.
So that is actually your name, 1420 Pickering Street.
Yeah.
And is that 1420 in letters?
No, that's our address.
Your name.
The name is B&E Premium.
So what you do is it is like this, 14 written, the word.
Yeah.
And then?
No, so that's our
it's
address.
numbers.
It's 14 to 20 Pickering Street.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's 14 to 20.
Yes.
But what will your signage, your name
It'll be B&E Premium.
Okay, B&E
B&E Premium.
B&E Premium.
That's right. So it's just a step up from our B&E Conference Centre in Kempston Road.
And Fat Cat Catering is the people who are going to do the E?
Yeah, so they're our preferred Grace. Yeah, she's amazing.
Okay.
And they make the most amazing food. So, and obviously with the theatrical dining experience, they put a little theatre into the food as well. So you don't just get theatre from the performers and the waiters that are actually serving your food, but the actual food comes out with a little bit of a sparkle here or a dry ice there.
Okay, something to do with just complementing the show, the theme of the show that's happening there on the stage. That is actually exciting because it's nice when you can see a show and you eat.
Yes.
And at least one or two have caught on in Kaberga, but it's a slow process. So, I mean, you know.
Absolutely.
Everything happens slower. You know, many years ago, and I'm talking 40 years ago, when I came to PE to work, they said if it works in PE is like a testing ground. I was in sales and marketing, and in those days you used to travel in your car, go and see customers, get the orders, you know, promote your product. And truly, if it could work in PE, then you can market it anywhere. And I'm sure you can actually testify, because I'm sure that show of yours you had, was it Disney?
Yes, it was a Disney for grown-ups. It was amazing. It was so much fun. Leading up to the show was so much fun for us. We got to watch the auditions, and not auditions, but the rehearsals and everything. And then, of course, the actual shows with the food coming out and the people enjoying it, and just watching how everyone's just sitting there clapping their hands or singing along and getting up and dancing. It was really a good vibe.
You see so many adults singing and belting out Disney songs because it's down memory lane.
Absolutely. They love it. They love it. I was at the event just the other night. One of the schools had a staff show. It is Alex. They had put in extra tables, and they've got a big hall. And the people were just singing all night and dancing to all the old songs. It was 70s, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure that would be so much fun.
The music era. But, you know, people just loved it. And they danced. And they sang.
Absolutely. And I think the great part was there's a lot of audience participation as well. So all the tables were different themes, or each table was a different theme of Disney. And as the performers were dancing in and around the tables, there was a lot of audience participation. People were getting up and moving around with them, clapping their hands, dancing on the side, singing. It was really lovely.
And there was a little competition so they made a little bit of a trivia as well at the same time and asked some questions, and then you got stickers.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Little prizes at the end for the table that won. So it was actually quite nice. So it was really, really an experience that we are going to repeat.
Definitely. You have to have it.
We're looking at doing another Disney.
And another because there's many themes you can use for Disney. I mean, it's huge. Your file will be thick.
Exactly. Absolutely.
For Disney. And of course, having Rose to drive it because of Starstruck can't actually go wrong, because there's a lot of energy, and the kids and the young people who are the artists and some more mature people, they can really perform.
For sure. And the best part for us, B&E Conference Centre has always been focused on skills development and training. That's what we do. We don't necessarily do the training ourselves, but we offer the platform, a room where people can go in and do some training and education. So this is a platform for those performers who don't get the experience that they need elsewhere. We've now created a platform that they can come and experience the performing side of things. So they're almost developing themselves. So it really speaks to our core values as a business and company.
Because you actually encompass so many areas.
For sure. There's a lot of youngsters with such amazing talent, and for the past 2 years they haven't been able to showcase what they have to offer and their talent. And we haven't been able to go to any performing shows, and so this is a great way for them to also build on their portfolio and showcase what they have to offer.
Now, if people want to get hold of you, you said they can actually find you?
They can find us on social media, B&E Conference Centre or B&E Premium.
So that's B&E.
Yeah, B&E.
But an
And then if they want to email us and get some more information on our next, or put on the guest list for our next theatrical dining experience, they can email us on events@becbc.co.za.
Say that again.
Events@becbc.co.za.
Okay, so that's BE, not B and E then. For
Bravo Echo, Charlie, Bravo
either
Charlie.
way, whichever way they get hold of you, you tell them about conference, whatever. Yeah. But before we go to what's on the card next, can I ask you, Tash, can you tell us now a bit about Natasha?
Okay.
Where did you come from to get to land here?
Where'd you go? So I'm originally from Durban, and I started my career actually in sales, and I also did a little bit of jewelry designing. And,
you're an artist.
I loved it.
I'll have to interview you with your jewelry. But then you get
So I
to
didn't
do it
go any
now.
further with it. I did it for about 3 years, and then I moved into the casino industry, and I worked for Sabaya in Durban North, and I was part of their marketing and events department, and I absolutely loved it. And then my husband and, boyfriend at the time, got a promotion to the Boardwalk Casino when they were upgrading to their hotel in 2011, and decided to join him in a new city. And so I worked with Sun International at the Boardwalk Casino up until 2017. And then Mel and I had become friends I met Mel through a mutual friend in 2011. And every time Mel and I would have a bra or get together or part of our dinner club, we always used to talk about business and talk about ideas. And we are both entrepreneurs by heart, and we both have got the ideas all the time. We always brainstorm. And Mel at the time, he was looking for a business partner, and I bought into the dream. So I left the corporate industry and decided to join Mel in July 2017. And then together we've been, business partners for the last 5 years.
Through the most difficult times.
The past 2 years where it was very difficult. Absolutely grateful to have an amazing business partner through some of the toughest emotional roller coasters, especially when your business is going through so many different types of turmoil. And it's scary because none of us have been through a pandemic before, or in this sort of lifetime. So it was very new. How do you steer through uncharted waters, trying to make the best decision for your business? So we've really been through it thick and thin. And it's happy to say that we feel, we come out probably the worst part.
Well, I think that COVID was a test on every level.
Absolutely.
For everyone. And tell me, believe you me, I'll be 77 in a couple of months' time.
You look 77.
Thank you.
67.
So can you say it a bit louder?
Amazing.
I have not seen such a pandemic because when I was a child, there was polio and our schools closed. It didn't open after the December holidays, but I mean, that was a few months in my whole life.
Yeah.
I have never seen anything, and I think it's the first time that the whole world was totally affected like that. We were all completely on the same. I always say we can't all be in the same boat, but we were on the same ocean, and we were all in each one in his own miserable boat.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because a miserable boat it was. Yeah. And now, what about you, Melissa? Tell us a bit more about Melissa.
Okay, so I grew up in the Transkei. I actually matriculated in Umtata High School and couldn't leave sooner. I moved here in 2001 into Port Elizabeth. Became a waitress at, I don't know if you know it, but this popular restaurant down in the beachfront called Bonnie's Tavern.
Who doesn't know it? Even grannies know it.
So I was a waitress there, and I was there for 7 years, and it's where my love for hospitality and customer service and, events and functions grew. I organized their monthly or their annual staff parties and get-togethers for the staff. So it was really something that I had a passion for. And then I got a job as a receptionist where I'm currently at, which was the Home and Decor Expo Center, which changed to the B&E Business Center, which then I took over in 2014 as my own as the B&E Conference Center. And I took the conference and the catering division from the landlord, and in exchange, I paid him a monthly rental. And then I grew the business that way, and it's a very difficult task to run such a business by yourself with the catering side, the conference side, the bookings, the everything. And there was some projects on the side as well. So it was really, really very tough. And while I did have employees at the time, I did need that running partner, which is why Tash joined me, and I'm obviously very grateful for that as well. The two of us have really made, I'd say, good and bad decisions together, but we've done it together and we've always backed each other. So the two of us are really fantastic. I love working with Tash. And then of course we've now expanded. We've got a branch in East London, which even during COVID we closed it down and reopened it after COVID, and it's actually really exciting now. We've moved into a bigger venue in East London, and then we've taken over the Elizabeth Place. So we now have 3 conference centres together, and we've got such a wonderful team.
So it's the one in East London, it's the one at Elizabeth Place.
And the other one is in Kempston Road.
And the one in
the
Kempston
main
Road.
one,
yeah.
So doesn't matter where you want your conference, you can have it in East London.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can have it
And
in
we've got a
Kempston
wonderful
Road, or you
building.
can have it in Newton Park.
Yes, so you come to us and we'll be, and we also outsource to other venues as well. We've got good relationships with some of our competitors. So, if we can't accommodate you, or we're too small for what your requirements, we go to one of our partners in the same industry and we work with them.
Yeah. We believe
So,
in collaboration.
The thing is that in PE or Kabega, we must say that right. Kabega, we do networking well.
Very
I think better than big cities.
I think so as well. I think PEs,
We collaborate very well.
Absolutely.
and I
Yes.
don't think the bigger communities or bigger cities understand that. Like, we can get things done far cheaper and far
Because
better
we're the friendly
collaborate.
city, that's why.
And we support each other.
We do.
Which is fantastic.
It's so true.
With all the stuff that happens, we still stand together.
Exactly.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Or lie down together. I don't know, because sometimes PE people can make me mad because they're very lethargic and they sleep hulle voete like hulle in Afrikaans. But now, is there anything on the cards for another pop-up theatre? You mentioned that you
Definitely.
might have another Disney one.
Yeah.
So we haven't got a
yeah.
date yet, but we are definitely going to. We've spoken to Rose and she's keen. I think she is very busy with
Maybe
the
in
current.
October?
Possibly. We are going to work with her on a new date. As soon as we have that, we'll share that with you and let you know.
And I'll say watch this space.
Yeah, you can do
We'll
that.
talk again.
But we do other events. We've got an upcoming murder mystery evening, which is also something that is very different and unique to PE, which has been supported really.
I saw it on
nicely.
Facebook.
Yeah.
It's like that find the
Cluedo. It's
The
almost
Cluedo.
like Cluedo.
It's like Cluedo.
Very
That's what
much,
it reminded me of. Cluedo. Yeah.
Yeah, and-
So you have to find the thief or the this or the that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So that's also lots of fun.
It's a lot of fun. A lot of people get to dress. Well,
You can dress up. You can
become a
really make it
character,
fun. So
and-
the series is saying watch this space. Now,
Yes.
what I want you to do, because I think we've got like half a minute left, because about 6 minutes ago, our techie said we've got 5 minutes. So we've been yakking. But just to repeat the numbers and where they can get hold of you, I don't know who's going to do that.
Okay, well, you can get hold of us on, so it's B&E Premium or B&E Conference Centre on our Facebook page. It's events at becbc.co.za, or Melissa's cell phone number.
082 4377 600.
Say that again, please, Melissa.
082 4377 600.
That is Melissa's number. And then it's B&E
Conference
Conference Centre on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, or B&E Premium.
Or B&E Premium. And what is the BE?
It stands for Business and Education.
Yeah, the one that without the E.
So becbc.co.za.
BE
CBC.
CBC.
So Business and Education Conference and Business Center.
So there you go. So there are many options, no excuse. And watch the space for the next adventure.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Thank you so
that murder mystery, that intrigues me so much.
Yeah.
That you can do lots of those, because I think people love them. And people like trivia as well.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Those are also nice, but we like the shows. So we'll be there. Be blessed as you go. Thank you so much for coming. And out there, please watch the space. I've got a frog in my throat now. So thank you so much for coming, Melissa. Thank you so much for coming, Natasha.
Thanks for the opportunity.
I have to say goodbye from Marianah Lourens, Art and Entertainment. Ja, Marianah Lourens met Kuns en Vermaak. Wat nou groet. Arrivari!